live.
All right, that's great. All right, hey, howdy, hey. My name is Emily Perkins, and I am the host of the new series for Indies Unplugged. And my very first superstar is Melissa Jones-Auld. I've known Melissa since 2022, I believe it is. No, is it? No, it's 2021.
2021.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, and she's an amazing singer-songwriter and awesome mother, and just a really cool woman. And I'm very pleased to know her and to know her work, because that is a thing that we don't always get to share. We don't always get to share our work as women. You know, it's just something that's expected of us. So we just do this, we do this. And men are the same way. Like, sometimes people just don't ask. So I like the fact that I'm very good friends with you, and then I know your work and your work ethic, and I know that, you know, you have amazing talent. So
thank you.
We're going to start this one off. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about some songs. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do what I call like my signature song, you know, because I put it on Instagram, and I do all those just 15 seconds of nah, that's all I need. I want people to hear that and be like, oh yeah, that's The Fire. So I'm going to start off with my song, The Fire, and then this song is really just me sitting in the same bar for the same day every single week, watching musicians and people and just really seeing the vibe of the place. I remember that it was this beautiful glow of red, so the pictures were terrible, right?
So the pictures were terrible.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? People are like, oh, that looks cool. No, it doesn't. You can't even see my face. Okay. So here's The Fire. Walk around your feet so light, through the red glow I catch your eye. Your lips so sweet, it hurts to fall. It's like you're screaming in my heart. Girl, and go of it all. The shadow covers all my moves just to be alone with you. I'm thinking, can't you hear the thoughts of the smooth? Can I be alone with? Barely the cord, my soul stripped out. My eyes are empty, I'm facing the crowd. I'm running away, running back. One may come and what the future holds, I never went back to the old. I won't cry, you bet I would lie. I won't love. Tip of your hat and your voice so sly. It's just to be alone with you. Slowly this ember begins to light. Should I be alone with my own rage? The colors of gold, they're smoldering wet tears, wanting to hold. You're reaching out if I let it go. One may come and what the future holds, I never back to the old. I won't cry, you bet I will lie. I won't love. One may come That is the fire. That is one of my favorites, honestly. It was produced and mixed in England with Caitlin Gray, and Neil Harvey, right outside of Liverpool. So it's got a little Liverpool feel.
Beatles vibe.
Yeah, it's got a little
Beatles.
Liverpool thing.
The Beatles.
What are you going to play for us first?
Well, I figured I'd start off with the title track from my last album that I put out. I wrote this when I was living in Utah, and I was getting ready to come home to Texas for a visit. You know, some sunshine after a 7-8 month long winter. And then you just go straight from winter into like the mud season, you know. It's just all like black glop on the road that's melted. I was ready to come home to Texas and get some full strength beer, you know, because everything was 3.2 there.
I remember you telling me that.
Everything was 3.2. They had some crazy alcohol laws there, and you know, you couldn't order a double tall. You could only drink a single. So you had to go to the bar every 5 seconds, you know. So I was really excited to go home and see some Texas singer-songwriters. It wasn't really a big scene where I was living, the singer-songwriter thing, so.
Can I harmonize a bit?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. If you know
Hey there,
it,
Bubba.
sing along. So this is called Texas Bound. The sun is out and I'm feeling fine. The air is warm and it's a good sign. It's getting to be the time to spread my wings. Got my bags packed and I'm on my way. It's looking to be a pretty good day. I'm headed back to Texas where my heart sings. I'm gonna hit the ground with my feet running, see all my friends and soak the sun in. Time to go out and get inspired. Gonna hit up every country bar, soak up music from the Texas stars, drink some beer that's not watered down. Here I come, I'm Texas bound. Nothing's gonna stop me now. It's always great to be back home. Joy and excitement start to fill my soul. Crossing that state line makes me feel free. Dallas skyline rolls into view. I feel like a woman that's been renewed. This is where I'm from and I love to be. I'm gonna hit the ground with my feet running, see all my friends and soak the sun in. Time to go out and get inspired. Gonna hit up every country bar, soak up music from the Texas stars, drink some beer that's not watered down. Here I come, I'm Texas bound. Nothing's gonna stop me now. There's a part of me lost when I say goodbye as one last tear rolls down my eyes. I'll be back soon, but I don't know when. But when I get back, I'll do it again. I'm gonna hit the ground with my feet running, see all my friends and soak the sun in. Time to go out and get inspired. I'm gonna hit up every country bar, soak up music from the Texas stars, drink some beer that's not watered down. Here I come, I'm Texas bound. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Here I come, I'm Texas bound. Nothing's gonna stop me now.
I took the low with that
Thank
one.
you.
I was like, I'm not gonna be able to go higher than her. I'm gonna take the low.
I always have to put a like little disclaimer on the end of that one because my friend Ginger, she owns the Vernal Brewing Company in Vernal, Utah. And she came up to me after I wrote that, and she said, I don't water down my beer. I do what the state requires. And you can buy the full strength in the restaurant and bring your growler. I'm like, I'll make sure I let people know. So, but yes, she makes very good beers. And in Utah, you can get the full strength and the higher strengths if you go into the Vernal Brewing Company in Vernal, Utah. It's dinosaur land, so it's family friendly, family vacation town for dinosaur bones. And if you're ever there, if you're in Salt Lake, also, if you're in Salt Lake, look for it. VBC, Vernal Brewing Company.
Ever since I remember, I've been running with these fools and I've been hanging with these cats since high school. We've been drinking beer before we could drive. And early in the evening, every Friday night, we pack up the stuff, we gotta get it right. Your hats down the coolers with the long necks up. Clouds are red and the middle's are blue, above there's gonna be a fight between me and you. Y'all love and puke in my brand new truck. But now there's one more beer and then we're done. We'll pool in the morning for the next beer run. And we'll all sit and watch that gosh dog song come up. 'Cause ever since I remember, I've been running with these fools and I've been hanging with these cats since high school. And we've been drinking beer before we could drive. Ever since I remember, I've been running with these fools and hanging with these cats since high school. We've been drinking beer before we could drive. Yeah, early in the evening, every Friday night, you gotta pack up that stuff, you gotta get it just right. And you ice down your coolers with them long necks up. The birds are red, the middle's in the blue, but there's gonna be a fight between me and you. Y'all up and puke in my brand new truck. See now, there's one more beer and then we're done, but we're gonna pull in the money for our next beer run. And when I sit and watch that gosh sun come up, 'cause ever since I remember, I've been running with these fools and I've been hanging with these cats since way back in high school. We've been drinking beer before we could drive. All right, so that one's a little rusty, but I wrote that years and years ago, and most people just, what do you call it? I was like, Barbers Hill.
Barbassil?
Barbers Hill.
Barbers Hill, okay.
So when I went to Barbers Hill, it was a very, very small town. And my dad says, well, whenever he played against Barbers Hill, it was even smaller. And I get that. But there wasn't anything that people did except for they would go and they get their trucks, and then they would have, almost always, you'd have a red cooler and a blue cooler. And I remember friends of friends, because I wasn't necessarily friends with the people who went and sat in the rice field, because that's what it was. There you had big rice fields, and you drive the big trucks into the rice field because they were going to go mudding, but they'd keep the coolers in the back. Then I remember bottlenecks had to be up because nobody wanted to be going digging through the ice. So yeah, that's where I got that. I got that. That's my song, Barbers Hill. It's been a minute.
Is that recorded?
It's not yet. No,
Okay.
no.
So I was
But,
I wish I knew how to harmonize on
I just,
this.
well, it's just one of my favorite little ditties
Yeah.
that I have right in
Yeah.
there. It's definitely every high school person who's not supposed to be drinking, especially in Barbers Hill. We'd been drinking beer before we can drive. I knew many Many, and I'm sure any of you out there watching, please tell me I'm wrong, because you can't. It could be called Texas High School. I mean, it could be.
We used to go to Frisco. We lived in Plano,
Right.
north of Dallas. We would go to Frisco because there was nothing but cornfields. And somebody's daddy would always have some property, and we'd all, go build a bonfire out there somewhere and illegally drink. Now it's all like malls and a town.
That's what
city.
That's what Barbers Hill is like now.
Yeah.
Hank's like, oh yeah, you turn here and you go here. That's not what it used to be. I was like, the road didn't used to look like that. You turn into back in my day.
Oh, I've totally turned it. There was a sign at one point, and it was like, this was a long time ago, but it was like, coming in the year, blah, 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 a mall. And I'm like, why on earth would they put a mall out here? Because I felt like it was like Back to the Future when it was like, coming soon, Dual Pine Mall or something, or whatever it was. And then it was like the Lone Pine Mall. Yeah. Because, he knocked it down. But anyway, it's crazy. Now I go back there, and it's a city. It's all a city.
Well, I know that Barbers Hill has definitely made it because now they have an HEB. Right?
Frisco got one last year. Yeah. They got the
I love you, Barbers Hill. I really do. It's not a bad thing. I love you. I graduated from there. We can, we will. That was it. That's our logo. We can, we will.
I think we were just the Plano Wildcats. I don't know.
we can, we will. We're Barbers Hill. That was it. I heard that.
All our
over
school
again.
cared about was kicking Pesha's butt, Yeah.
Oh, it was Anahuac back in the day.
They would like pour dye in each other's duck ponds in front of the high school.
All right, what you got for us now? You going to tell us a story before or after?
I'll tell you the story now.
Alrighty.
You know what? I'm going to change my song too. Okay.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Ba-dum-bum-bum. We're just going to go way back, right? Okay. So this is the first song I ever wrote. I didn't really know I could write a song, and I was driving down the road, and I was humming this tune and singing these lyrics. Then it dawned on me I was making them up as I went, and I didn't know this song. So I pulled over and side of the tollway and actually exited, had to pay to get back on. That's how important it was. And
that
so
is really
that's so important. I mean, so this is how I wrote my first song, and hadn't really decided what kind of an artist I wanted to be. I just had lyrics coming out of me. And then later it was, well, what can I play? Because I wasn't that great of a guitar player. So what can I play and make this a song? And that's how I ended up being, like Linda Ronstadt, my more folky country vibe. Not that this one. This is like Madonna country. If Madonna were country or something, is my...
We want to hear you, but like
called,
the actual Madonna, could you imagine? Like, no, we want Melissa.
You
more
can run
than
that
Madonna.
through AI now.
You could, yeah. Like, this is Melissa Jones.
This is what happens when like a Madonna fan from the '80s grows up and writes a country song, right? Okay.
I like that better.
This is called. That's exactly what it is. Okay, so this is called "I Get Excited." I'm
sorry.
Freshly divorced.
You made me Jimmy Carr.
I was freshly divorced and met someone, and I wrote this, and it's called "I Get Excited."
What we got going I can't explain, but every time I'm with you I lose my brain. It doesn't make sense and it's probably not right, but whatever you're doing I really like. I get excited when you look at me the way that you do. I get excited when you kiss me the way that you do. I get excited when you touch my body up and down. Wanna feel you tangled up with me and rolling all around. I get excited. Yeah, I get excited. The way that we flirt is our own little game. The stage is set and the roles are played. The way I'm looking at you and you're looking at me has got my temperature rising, baby, can't you see? Imagination spinning all The years between us, we both agree, don't matter right now, so we'll wait and see where the story ends or where it goes. I'm gonna live in this moment, 'cause all I know, imagination's spinning all out of control. Your sexy blue eyes piercing through my soul. Dirty little thoughts running through my brain. Make love to me, baby, make me go insane. I get excited when you look at me the way that you do. I get excited when you kiss me the way that you do. I get excited when you touch my body up and down. Wanna feel you tangled up with me and rolling all around. I get excited. Yeah, I get excited.
Well, I like that a lot. Yes, I like that. The idea, inspired by Madonna, but not Madonna singing country, because, but that was wonderful. I love that.
Thank you. I went and I sang that at an open mic, you know, and his mom walked in right when it was my turn. It's like, well, here I go. I don't think she noticed. She was drinking. But it did get awkward when my dad came to a show after I'd been playing for a while, and I had to play it because I only had so many songs. You know? It's like, close my eyes, don't look at my daddy.
Now, to me, it would be like the boys going, what did you, what, you know, they're at that age, you know, they're all teenagers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right, so fun fact, this is a piece of my history. This little table right here, this TV table, this belonged to my grandfather. It's actually the only thing that I have that belonged to him, and then I just got the one that belonged to my grandmother. And it seems like a crazy, it's just a TV tray, but no, like I can remember it's where it's set, how he would, you know, set it up and everything, and it's just a really cool notion that everywhere Hank and I play, we bring this table. So I get to bring a piece of my grandfather with me. And I wrote this song for my grandfather. And then I sang it at his funeral to honor him. It's called Mississippi Take Me Home. Wanna see the sun rise where the moss grows, breathing cool air on my shoulder. Toss my praises in churches, and then dive through the clover. I wanna smell a garden full of roses, be baptized again in the muddy river, and then run barefooted down a dirt road. Take me back home. Mississippi, won't you take me home? And I'll be good again. I promise I'm gonna love you more than I ever did. Mississippi, won't you take me home? Sit beside your muddy river. See, I know I won't roam. Mississippi, won't you take me home? Gonna find the pond where I learned to swim, and daydream under an old oak tree. what darkness means to me. Mississippi, won't you take me home? When I'm in good again. And I promise I will love you more than I ever did. Mississippi, won't you take me home to the red-haired, blue-eyed man who carried me on his shoulder and walked me by the hand. Mississippi, won't you take me home to that house in Sibley? Oh, I know I won't roam. Mississippi, won't you take me home? Oh, I know I won't roam. Mississippi, won't you take me home? Ooh. It's envisioned with a big gospel choir. We know the difference.
Yeah.
You know that.
That's beautiful, just like it is.
Thank you you so much.
Absolutely beautiful.
Every time I see this table, that's what I think of. I didn't call him my grandfather. I called him my papa. And most people would say something endearing, like he was the most handsome man. No, I loved him so much. He had no teeth. The Hiroshima bomb had scarred his skin years later in such a way that nobody looked like him. The best way to say it, he looked like the bitter beer man. Who knows what I'm talking about, right? Like the bitter beer man with the bitter beer face, right? And at his funeral, after I sang that song, and I was in my 20s, and I can remember this man came up to me. And the first thing I noticed were his faded tattoos and his skin. And it was the only person I'd ever met in my life who had skin like my grandfather's. And it was because they were shipmates. And they had stood out on the battleship, the USS Cunningham, and watched the bomb. They were told that they could. That was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
I've seen those videos where they're all just, wow, look at that. Yeah.
Oh, is it Tanya? Tanya's here. Our Galentine. Hi.
Hello.
All right. So that is one of my many sad songs. Nice. You know why? Because they say so much. Ba-dum-pum-pum.
Sad songs say so much.
As
I bet
my
every
fellow
person
Elton
on
John.
that,
Yeah.
I bet every person that watched that go off had that skin though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who got to sit up there.
And probably
yeah.
the same thing for the guys that sat out there at like Los Alamos in New Mexico and watched those go off, you know?
I've never seen anything like that. So yeah.
Well, you know what? It's funny you mentioned your grandpa because my grandpa inspires me so much as well. I don't have a song that I've written after him, but it is funny because he was an old school, Western, country and Western swing musician, and he played the guitar until he lost fingers in the oil field, and then he played the steel.
I love that.
So,
because I know exactly what you're talking about.
he was very into old school country music, which is something I absolutely did not grow up on because my mother hated it because she grew up with it. Total hippie, classic rock, literally was a hippie. So she called it booger picking music. And I discovered booger picking music when I was about 18 and decided I loved booger picking music, country music. And it's so funny because now my original music, when you hear it with a full band, it's country. It's country. And I had somebody actually say, I was surprised when I heard your Texas Bound album that it was so country. Because, when it's acoustic, you don't really get the whole vibe. You got to go online, Melissa Jones Ald. Listen to it.
Yes.
And Emily Irene Glazner Perkins.
That's
and all
me.
The glory of that name. It's a big name. So,
Yes.
yeah, I ended up being old school, a little more old school country in my music, and my grandpa would be sitting up there smiling, you know. Then my mother was like, she plays such good country music. I don't normally like country music, but I really like hers.
I love that for you. I really do. That's awesome.
So this next one, this one's very country and western on the album, and it's your favorite. It's your favorite.
Yay.
This is on the Texas Bound album as well, and I recorded this album in Nashville. And it's funny because artists tend to think that certain things are the best songs on the album, and then normal people tend to like the other songs that the artists were like, that's trash, you know, you come take it or leave it, you know. And it was funny because in the studio, this was the one we had the hardest time getting in the pocket and getting it right between the drummer and the bass player and just everybody.
I think it's a
feeling
great
it.
song.
And
really
it
love
ends
this
up
one.
being the number one that people come up and tell me on the street, and it shows like, this is my favorite one. This is my favorite one.
Yeah, because you can sing it. You can
So-
sing the hook. I was getting dressed this morning. Yeah, I was singing it. A matter of fact, the post that we made today and yesterday, I used it because I really
noticed
like
that.
that one.
I noticed
think it's
that.
a great song.
So this is called "He Calls Me Beautiful."
I have one of those. Hi, baby.
When he looks into my eyes, his love makes me feel so alive. He says that I'm his everything, and he treats me like a queen. He calls and asks me how my day is going, to tell me that I'm his one and only. I don't worry that he'll ever stray. He calls me beautiful like it's my name. He calls me beautiful like it's my name. And since we met, things ain't been the same. For my true love, to God I prayed, and a chance to right the wrongs I made. It took a long time for him to come along, a man to love me oh so strong. Now my heart's been set aflame. He calls me beautiful like it's my name. Thinking back on the past, it's no wonder things didn't last. Those red flags I ignored when all I wanted was to be adored. They left me lonely and dissatisfied, broke my heart and tried to steal my pride. Some are liars and some just strayed. Why I stayed so long I can't explain, but he calls me beautiful like it's my name. And since we met, things ain't been the same. For my true love, to God I prayed, and a chance to right the wrongs I made. It took a long time for him to come along, a man to love me oh so strong. Now my heart's been set aflame. He calls me beautiful like it's my name.
chance to right the wrongs I've made. It took a long time for him to come along, a man to love me oh so strong. Now my heart's been set aflame. He calls me beautiful like it's my name. Now my heart's been set aflame. He calls me beautiful like it's my name.
Thank you.
I love that song.
I
So-
basically just stole all my text messages from my husband and turned them into a song back then.
I love
you know?
that. That's great. I think to myself, everybody's listening to that, especially if you know, when you download it and when you put it on your playlist, you will be like, you will be singing it all. Heart's been set aflame. You know, you're doing dishes. Beautiful like it's my name. Especially when you're madly in love, like I am. And I'd be like, he does call me beautiful.
When you
I
meet
love
your
it.
unicorn,
Yes, my unicorn. Hey, baby.
I call him her unicorn. For
Well-
one thing, just being a musician and meeting someone of the that you fall in love with that is into it and plays the instruments and does the parts that you don't do or maybe that you do also, but adds to it and harmonizes and does this and that and runs sound and sets everything up and sings bass notes when his bass goes out while he's playing with you.
Yes, exactly. Because all those things
unicorn.
happen. Yes.
The
Yes.
unicorn. And you love him.
I
And he
do.
loves you.
Yes, I
You
know.
know?
I am
Yeah.
so blessed.
Yeah.
Hi, baby. So I'm going to play what I consider our song. So I wrote the song many years ago, and it's like manifesting. It's like God goes, I heard that. I know where he is. And he came and found me at Dan Electro's. Them's the facts. This is called Bonnie to Clyde. Also, Bonnie and Clyde are what our guitars are called because we're that couple. Proudly. Did you see the fire glow? Did you hear the crackle burn when you looked into my eyes? Did you know, I know. Whoa. Down a beaten path, across the red dirt road, there's grass under my feet, right where the flowers grow, 'cause you know. Oh, oh, oh. I could be the Bonnie to your Clyde. I should be your silver right-hand side. I could be the one you counted on if you'd only ask me so. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And now, baby, ask me so. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So cast a pebble in the sea, watch the ripples grow, waves crash over me every time I want to tell you so. Oh, oh, oh. Like the black and whites we watched long ago, driving down the freeway, hands out my window, baby, I know. Ooh. I could be the Bonnie to your Clyde. I should be your silver right-hand side. I could be the one you counted on if you'd only ask me. So won't you open up Open up the door and let me in. I'd spin around, I'll take you off the ground, and you just let me win this time. Well, I never tried, I just can't believe it. If you can't see fire burning, how it burns, it's gonna burn inside of me. I could be the bonnet to your Clyde. I should be your silver right-hand side. I could be the bonnet to your Clyde. I should be your silver right-hand side. I could be the bonnet to your Clyde. I should be your silver right-hand side. I could be the bonnet to your Clyde. If you'd only ask me so. That's for you, baby.
So is that song recorded?
It is in the middle of being recorded.
I want to do harmony.
Well, you got to come out with Hank and do it with, yeah.
For real.
Yeah, that's what we're working on right now. The wonderful Caitlin Gray and Neil Harvey. Yeah. Yuppers.
So I caught you in time.
You did
there.
go
I caught you in time. Yes. No,
Yes, as three visions. Yes. Because Melissa has already been recorded on another song of mine, which is Spotlight, and that's just about to be sent again. We recorded that in Lucky Run Studios, and we love Michael, but we're going to have it mixed in the UK solely on the fact that it is a song about lifting up women, and I do love Caitlin Gray. And I think the only man in that song is Michael, because he's recorded it all. So I'm very, very excited about that coming out, and that's going to be fantabulous because I love what Caitlin does, and Caitlin sounds so good.
I can't wait to hear it. She does really good.
I know.
Good.
I got to duet with her. You should reach out and do a duet with Caitlin Gray.
Ooh, that's a.
I'm just telling you.
Little
What you think,
daunting,
Bubba?
Scary
What
task.
you think, Bubba? That she should do a duet with Caitlin Gray, right?
She's. Yeah.
We did. You know which one we did, right? We did Gold Dust Woman.
Yes, I do.
Let me tell you how much fun that was.
Yes.
It was this kind of much fun. You see that? That kind of, yeah. Well, I wrote that song, and just being able to sing it, and now we're going to be ready to record it, and just know that every time he takes my hand, I'm on the right side, you know? I love it. I love that. I love everything that it represented, everything that I wanted, and I love everything that I'm blessed with. So, yeah, that's my Bonnie to Clyde.
It's very beautiful.
Thank
and
you.
we're all so happy for you.
Thank you.
It's a great thing to find good love. I have, when I first started writing songs, you know, the first song I wrote was I Get Excited that I played earlier. And after that, I wrote several love songs in a row all about him. And he ended up being my husband, which 15 years later, we're still together. And so at some point, people started approaching me and telling me, you really need to write something else. You can't just write songs about him and that girl that pissed you off. So I ventured out a little bit, and since I couldn't write about him, I decided to write about someone else. You know, it was like a challenge as a new songwriter, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know this one, don't I?
this song is about my ex-husband's ex-wife.
I've heard so many of these, so yeah.
So, there's a good chance that if she wasn't who she was, I'd probably still been married to him, you know, but I didn't marry her. I didn't have babies with her, and I was not stuck for the rest of my life with her, or 18 years. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
6 was all I could take. This is called Never Gonna Get Me Down.
First time I met you, you didn't seem too crazy. I wondered what all the fuss could be about. I didn't understand that your whole plan was to control that man. And you're not like any other, there's no doubt. Then things got crazy. You really started to amaze me. You went from 0 to bitch in 1 second flat. You were just so mean, your heart is green. You're the craziest bitch I've ever seen. When you came at me full speed ahead attack, but you're never gonna get me down. You're never gonna make me frown. Just who the hell you think you are? You push it all way too far. I'm determined and I'm strong and I know where I belong. And you're not gonna kick me around, and you're never gonna get me down. All the people who know you, they walk on eggshells for you. You really got all of them in the palm of your hand. You couldn't comprehend that I'm not them. Yeah, I bucked that whole trend, and I ain't too afraid like them to fight you back. But you're never gonna get me down. You're never gonna make me frown. Just who the hell you think you are? You push it all way too far. I'm determined and I'm strong and I know where I belong. And you're not gonna kick me around, and you're never gonna get me down. Well, you think that you're so relevant, but you are just a joke that does a whole lot of coke. You're gonna end up with a stroke with all the mean in your veins. Your life's a crying shame, but you're never gonna get me down. You're never gonna make me frown. Just who the hell you think you are? You push it all way too far. I'm determined and I'm strong and I know where I belong. And you're not gonna kick me around, and you're never gonna get me down.
Woo! That's great.
Thank you.
Okay, you know what that song reminded me of? The song reminded me of, this is exactly how Melissa and I met.
Yeah.
It was a song
It was
swap.
a song swap that was it was originals. It was supposed to be like the majority originals. We
Yeah.
were allowed to play a few covers. Yeah.
It was a long gig too.
And we both showed up in Beatles shirts.
We did. I've got a picture. I will send it to you. I've got a picture. Yes, it was a dueling piano bar, and one of the things that you could do is you could do an open mic there, but they wanted you to do it for 4 hours, and they wanted everything to be original, and they wanted to pay you very, 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 very.
It was
little.
$100.
It was $100, and then you had to split it.
But I just moved here, so I was taking whatever I could get.
Yeah. I remember that really well.
Eventually, you're
We knew
like,
we'd
yeah,
be friends.
No, I'm more expensive than that now.
We knew we would be friends when we showed up. We're like, it's the Beats, yes.
Yeah. And then she was over there singing Elton John, and I was like, well, I'll just harmonize right back with her.
Yes, I do
Well,
love Elton.
So the funny thing about that song is that, you know, up until I wrote it, that crazy lady showed up everywhere I ever was. She was always around. So then I write this song, and I'm just like waiting, you know, like she's going to walk in, I'm going to play it. She never showed up again. Never. I guess because I divorced him.
Well, no. I think it was probably she got wind and people loved the song. That's probably it.
She didn't want me to be like, and this is dedicated to her.
Yeah.
At that point in my life, I would have done it.
Japan with love is where I long to be. No, now that I find me somewhere in between. You're so cool when you're so kind. you're a fool to act so blind. Oh, I'm on a more. If I worship the ground you walked on, then I never would be free. So I go now with this bottle into the deep dark sea. Yeah. Still, you're so cruel when you're so kind. But you're a fool, and I'm gonna leave you behind. Oh, I'm on a more. Ooh, I'm on a more. I can't hear your lies anymore. Ooh, I'm on a more. Don't come a knocking around my door. Oh, I'm on a more to Paris with love. That was where I longed to be. But I know now, yeah, I know now, I'm gonna find me somewhere in between. See, you're so cruel when you're so kind. But you're a fool, you know I'm leaving you behind. Oh, I'm on a more. Ooh, I'm on a more. Well, I can't hear your lies anymore. Ooh, I'm on a more. Don't come a knocking around my door. Ooh, I'm on a more. I can't hear your lies anymore. Ooh, I'm on a more. See, I heard she left your ass at the altar. You know she did. So I'm on a more. Oh, I'm on a more. You remember when I wrote that one back in the day? Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you, thank you.
I
That's
love
my
that
French
song.
song. You know what's really cool? They play it in Canada because I say one line, au revoir, mon amour, which also means goodbye, my love. But it's more tongue-in-cheek of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
It's,
bye.
yeah, it's one of those things where you're like, you finally figured out, well, I am not a Linus Blanket. I am
not a Linus Blanket.
Yeah, I am not anything like that. I am an awesome person, and I'm just not going to put up with being not even second, being fifth, being fourth, being oh. But you're such an amazing person. No, so I wrote that song for me to give me the strength to be like, I love me, and I am going to wait for the most amazing man, and I did, and he walked outside to smoke, but I did. That gave me that song gave me the strength in the sense of like, I am going to wait for the absolute right person. I'm not going to sit and try to get somebody to think maybe I am that person. No, I am going to wait, and I did. And like I said before, I met the love of my life at Tan Electros, and that's probably a song in there, isn't it? Met the love of my life at Dan Electros, and I knew immediately when I met him. I really fancied him, and then 2 weeks later, when I got to see him again, yeah, that was just it. It was a sealed deal. Like that was going to be the person that I was going to marry. I just knew it. I knew it so much that I called my mother-in-law. I'm a widow, so I called my children's father's mother. And I said, hey, I just got to let you know, I'm telling you now, I met someone. And she was really excited because I didn't do that. You know, I didn't, I'm not going to go do something like that. But I just knew. So, yeah. But that song that I wrote inspired me to be like, love you. And also, you got to admit, If you've seen Emily in Paris, that song, which I've got streaming, should absolutely be in Emily in Paris, because that's what happens. She leaves him at the altar. The girl that
I
Emily...
haven't seen the show.
You never seen it? Well, Emily is she's chasing this guy, and he wants her there, but he doesn't always want her, right?
Oh.
It's one of those. So she's chasing the guy, and at one point he goes to get married to somebody else, and somebody else leaves him at the altar, and then he goes, oh, but you were the one the whole time. So now she's found love somewhere else. That song, whoever's listening, I'm just telling you, it's got some Emily in there. I'm the Emily that it's got in there. But it's called Au revoir, mon amour. And again, that was recorded here in the States and also right outside of Liverpool, like in with Caitlin and Neil. Yeah.
Neil, yeah.
Harvey Gray music. Look them up. They're amazing, y'all.
Well, you just gave me, I was going to play something else, but you just gave me the perfect lead-in to play another song off of my Texas Bound album.
Do it.
And, because I know exactly what you mean. This song is called What Could Have Been.
Oh, I like this one.
And my husband was not happy when I wrote this because it was about, an ex, but the guy gave me 20 years worth of information to write about, and so long story short, I met him and my ex-husband at the same night because they were hanging out together, and when I met my ex-husband, and at our wedding, we're doing the money dance, and he came up to dance with me, and he goes, I saw you first, and walked off, and I'm like, what? What did that mean? And I just kept it to myself. And then, a few years later, I was divorced because the man I married was a cheating person. And I ended up going to lunch with this guy, and I was like, so let me ask you, what did you mean? He was like, I saw you first. Like, I pointed you out, but I was finishing my beer, and he went over there and asked you to dance, and then you married the sorry sack of you-know-what. And I was like, wow, okay, well, maybe you should have spoke up, So, but then he dumped me because, somebody from his past came back. But then that didn't work out, and then he wanted me again. And he always wanted me when I was taken. But whenever I was free, well, where are you, And 20 years later, I run into him when I'm married to my now husband, and he was like, you were the one that got away. I'm like, what? So I wrote this because, he told me, he's like, remember that night I came in to get a haircut? Because I was a hairstylist. And I said, yeah. He goes, I came there to tell you that I had realized after all these years I was in love with you and you were the one all along. And instead you were like, so I'm dating this 22-year-old Marine.
Who she's now married to, so it all worked out.
And I'm like, well, then you should have spoke up, because I had been on 2 dates with him, and I would have kicked him to the curb at that point, but now whatever could have been can't be. And then I'm like, oh, that's a song. That sounds like a song title. It's good to see you, George. So this is called What Could Have Been. I haven't played this one in a while either, so I hope I remember
played it on the
all of
podcast,
it.
too. That was played on the podcast, so yeah.
I saw you first, you whispered in my ear, then you turned and slowly walked away. I didn't know what to do, you caught me off guard, and besides, you were a little too late. I had just walked down the aisle to a man that wasn't you, although I knew you were a better man than he. So I stood there contemplating about what might have been, but now it could have been, would not be. A few years down the road, I was again on my own, and when our eyes met, the sparks sure flew. It was everything I dreamed of, a friendship in bloom, but I was falling deeply in love with you. Then an old flame of yours returned. sight of what you'd seen in me. I was left contemplating with my broken heart about what could have been and would not be. Soon you were back again, but everything had changed. I didn't know how to trust you with my heart. Although you were my best friend and the attraction was there, I don't think that we knew where to start. As the years rolled on, I moved on in my life. It didn't seem like we'd ever be. So I stopped contemplating. I put you out of my mind, because what could have been would not be. Now here we are, 20 years down the road, and it was great to see you again. You stood there and told me about the feelings you've had all the years, and I'm the one that got away. But even though I had once dreamed of hearing these words, this time I didn't feel the same. For I stopped contemplating the day I looked in his eyes. I knew it could have been, never should have been, 'cause that could have been wasn't meant to be.
You know what's hilarious is he was at 3 of my weddings.
I love that.
3 of them out of 4. Yes, yes.
I absolutely
Like-
love
Yeah. Nobody wants a man who can't make up his mind for 20 years. Got to find out if there's anything better. You know what? All these years, I never found anything better, so I guess you're it. No thanks. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah.
interrupt you there.
that. No. Yeah. I ain't nobody's Linus blanket.
Mon amour.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not
the-
your Linus blanket. I like that.
The song is called In Time, and I wrote part of it before I went to the UK, and then I wrote the rest of it when I came back. And I've sang this song for years. And then I met the love of my life. Hi, baby. And it changed. The song changed. I don't sing it any other way. I just think of it in a completely different kind of way. And I didn't realize that until I was recording a demo of it last year. And, you know, he's like, sing it one more time. And I was like, okay. And I was just staring at a light, because sometimes you just got to do that. You got to focus at something. And I was just staring at the light because I was having to play with the click track, and I don't like doing that. But you got to do what you got to do. And I realized when I got to the end that, yeah, I'd come full circle, as on my other song. And it was a song of growth instead of just being a sad song. Because we all know they say so much.
Sad songs say so much.
But feel the rhythm of the train as we are flying fast towards the sun. Feel feels just like the wheels beneath me, rolling down south on 61, traveling past the memories of what's left behind. In my blue jean pocket was full of notes. You left me and I just hide inside. That's where I'll find you, inside. That's where I left you. Inspiration has left me quiet, thinking of future days when the pain you left will soon subside, like warm summer rain inside. That's where I'll find you, inside. That's where I've left you. The dawning of the moon, your eyes so blue, lie over mine again, again. The dawning of the moon, your eyes were so blue, lie over mine. Yes, but not with you. Feel the rhythm of the train as we are flying fast through the night. The engines roaring, there is weight behind. Like chains that we must part in time. Oh, oh, that's where I'll find you, in time. Oh, oh, that's where I've left you. You're always in time. Well, I've left you in time. You're always in time. I've left you in time.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Emily Irene Glazner Perkins, yeah.
That's me. I
That's
know it's
you.
a lot of names, but they're
I paused
They're
between
my
them
names.
so you can catch them all. Hey, I'm not making fun of you because I feel weird having three, you know.
yes.
Melissa Jones,
P2.
Ald. Everybody that writes me a check, I get home and it says Melissa Jones. And I have to write Ald because that's my legal last name now that I'm married. Are you
Bubba,
taking
thanks for
off, Bubba?
coming.
Thank you for coming.
Did you get a picture of us? I hope so. You can send it to us.
Well, this next
P2.
song is going to be on my new upcoming EP that's going to be released hopefully in the next few months. Just got a few more loose ends to tie up for that. And I come from a long line of alcoholics, and I've known a lot of friends that are married to them and been married to some. And so this is for anybody who's ever been, you know, married to someone who struggles with that. And it's called Come Back.
Oh, I love this song so much. This is such a great song.
Wake up in the morning and you don't know why I'm mad. You can't remember all you said last night that made me sad. Smile and say good morning like we never even fought. And if I dare to bring it up, I wish that I had not. I've been holding on to hope for the way it used to be, hoping that you will return to when you treasured me. But the thing you treasure way too much is the bottle in your hand. Playing second fiddle to your beer is something I can't stand. Come back to me, my lover. Come back to me, my friend. This isn't really you. Where's the man that I knew? Come back, my love, my man. On this roller coaster we go around and round. Sometimes we're climbing to the top, but then we come back down. It's a never-ending cycle if we stay on this track. Good intentions don't count for much if you don't ever act. Come back to me, my lover. Come back to me, my friend. This isn't really you. Where's the man that I knew? Come back, my love, my man. My heart can't take the whiplash from all this back and forth. If you can't fight for me, then what am I fighting for? Come back to me, my lover. Come back to me, my friend. This isn't really you. Where's the man that I knew? Come back, my love, my man. Come back, my love, my man. Come back, my love, my man.
That song is so good. I love that song.
Thank you. I'm getting over a cough, cold, flu thingy.
Oh,
So this is my first night I've sang since I've felt a little better. It's like,
You sound really good.
thank you. I'm hoping because I still feel scratchy.
Been told my B is off. Is that better? All right. Good. All right. As I strive to live and I strive for my pain, I look down these empty hallways and see broken glass and picture frames. And you say you love me once upon a time. Yeah, well, something's died. There ain't no reason why. And I still have our pictures hanging on the wall. I drink from your coffee cup in the morning and I haven't even touched your clothes. So what made my face turn so old to you? And what made our love turn cold and gray? Oh, never mind, no, there ain't no excuse. And you can never take it back. I don't care if you're sorry anyway. All the time I've been thinking, well, I done something wrong. Oh no, oh no. Maybe I won't cry tomorrow. Maybe I'll let you go. I'll take down your pictures and I'll throw away your clothes. 'Cause I can't hold on to nothing, and that's just what you are. Oh, baby, remember where once upon a time. Mm-mm. Hey, baby, I thought, well, I've done something wrong. You lost everything, but you lost me. I did anything for you with no questions asked. Oh, mm-hmm. Ooh, ooh. So tomorrow is a new day, and I'll get up out of this house. Maybe, baby, I won't find a new love. I don't really need one right now. And I know you'll never forget me. No matter how hard you try, you'll always remember, well, once upon a time. I won't cry tomorrow. I'll let you go. I'll take down your damn pictures. I'm gonna throw away your clothes. 'Cause I can hold on to nothing, and that's just what you are. Oh, now, baby, remember, well, once upon a time, I loved you once upon a time. I loved you once upon a time. I loved you. Mm-hmm. And now I'm letting you go. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. Letting you go. Thank you. So I wrote that, I was like 18, 19 years old, and there was a lot of people who were like famous and they were breaking up. It was 98, 99, right? And like I hadn't even really been in much of any kind of a relationship, you know. So I just kept reading people who'd been together for a long time, and they split up, and I was like, you know, what would it be like for that? Like people who've been together 20 plus years, and you're like, really, you gonna give up on us just like that? That kind of that thing, and then the hardening of, all right, well, you left, well, you know. So, but it was really funny. Right after I wrote it, I was. This is how long I've been friends with Jennifer Henley. Hello, Jennifer. Jennifer and I went to college together, and we were sitting out in the backyard of my parents' house, and it was we had a big fire thing going and hanging out and swapping guitars back and forth. She and I, my brother and my dad, and I played that song, and I was like, yeah, I think it's like a Once Upon a Time or something. She goes, no, the name of that song is Rat Bastard. So kind of like Once Upon a Time, and the little thing, Rat Bastard. Rat Bastard. So, and I don't normally play it, and I've got a great idea. There's a particular guy that I sent the song to before, Under Three Visions, and I wanted him to do it, and I think it's a really cool, soulful song, you know. Yeah. But I mean, I didn't know anything from relationships when I wrote that one, but I always liked it.
We all thought we did at 18.
Yes, I know, right?
We knew so
man,
much.
we didn't know nothings.
Nope. We did not know nothings. Well, this next song.
I knew that's what he was doing.
He wants to tune your guitar.
He wants to tune my guitar. I'm not.
Look at that. You got a roadie.
No,
but he is. He does everything.
I know.
It's like having
unicorn.
6 roadies.
He goes right outside. It's a unicorn. You dubbed him the unicorn.
He's the unicorn now.
Yeah, and why we dubbed him the unicorn? We were playing a gig together, and we said it earlier, but we've got a new crowd. The pickup in the wireless pickup gave out in the middle of working 9 to 5.
He was playing a bass line, and the pickup went out.
And he went boom, 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 boom.
He just,
boom, boom.
Yep.
He just started singing it.
Just sang the bass line.
So after the song, she looks at me and goes, "Way to go, Emily! You found the unicorn." I was like, "Oh, yes, I did. I did find the unicorn."
It was awesome. And it reminds me of like seeing the Dolly Parton concert on HBO when I was little. And she had the three guys behind her, you know, kind of like the Jordanaires were always behind Elvis. And you had that guy with the really low bass line, you know, that I can't do. But that's what it reminded me of, was like, wow, I've got my own Jordanaires people back here, you know.
It was
All
awesome.
in one. And Hank, you know, because he's a unicorn. I'm really glad that you put this together, by the way. I wanted to mention that. And thank you so much for inviting me out to the kickoff of this storyteller night. This is so wonderful to promote just original music and not so much covers. Because a lot of this island, because it is tourism, you know, I love those gigs. I'm not complaining. But all we get to really play a lot of is covers. And so I love getting to play original music and focusing on that and having a room of listening people.
Well, that's a big shout out to Brandon. Thank you,
Yes,
Brandon.
thank you, Brandon. I think he's helping us. No, there's okay. I was like, they're doing homework. So this is going to be on my next album, and this is actually going to be the title track of the album, and it's called "It Don't Mean I'm Right, It Don't Mean You're Wrong." And I actually wrote this when Emily and I met years ago because, you know, we live in such a contentious society right now where the media and the government tries to keep us all fighting with each other so we don't notice the nasty, dirty deeds they're doing. And, you know, we need to just get along because we're all here together and they're all in it together against us. So we need to just get along and find things we can get along on. We don't have to agree on everything. That'd be boring if we were a bunch of lemmings. We want diversity, not a bunch of people who have all the same opinions. So this is called "It Don't Mean I'm Right, and It Don't Mean You're Wrong."
Well, I heard you talking about what you believe. And even though I like you, I disagree. Well, that is okay. We don't have to see everything the same way. We can keep our speech free. Well, I don't know why this new generation thinks we all gotta live by the same equation. That's never how it's been or will ever be. We are all so different, that's diversity. Well, I ain't no statist, I never follow the pack. But that doesn't mean that we can't interact. I've always had a very clear mind of my own. It don't mean I'm right, and it don't mean you're wrong. We can all get along, learn from each other, and still be friends. Might even be lovers before it all ends. Let's keep our minds open so we better understand the heart of another. Well, I ain't no statist, I never follow the pack. But that doesn't mean that we can't interact. I've always had a very clear mind of my own. It don't mean I'm right, and it don't mean you're wrong. Now I think I could have found a friend in you. Realize we're different, well, you still approve. What will you do? 'Cause I ain't no statist, I never follow the pack. But that doesn't mean that we can't interact. I've always had a very clear mind of my own. don't mean you're right, and it don't mean I'm wrong. So why can't we all just get along?
Thank you so much. That song's actually supposed to be like twice that tempo, but I started off slow on accident, and then you're just kind of stuck with it, you know? Thank you, George. Glad you got to come out tonight. I understand.
The angel of the South came early one morning as the red sun began to rise. He came down from heaven without no warning to shape the memory of my eyes. And the Mississippi sky, she was awakened by a dream. She looked down upon the earth and cried. Her tears fell like rain. All the pain she'd seen with her eyes. A sweet song of grace just whispered in the wind. Let the young ones just see the light, and there ain't no use in pretending. Oh, no more. You know it hard to know wrong from right. And the Mississippi sky came out to greet us. She brought a moon and the stars that night. Oh, Lord, you know they sang sweet, sweet prayers on high. They sang, let's all gather by the river tonight. Let's all gather by the river tonight. Oh, you know that I miss you. Miss you. And no flag flew high early that morning, and just pecan wood that began to shine. It was old and majestic, it was handsome and sturdy, and this might accompany him on his last ride. And the Mississippi sky, she came down to see us, and she parted all them clouds, just sent down her warm rays, just to dry the mist she'd found in our eyes. She sang, let's all gather by the river tonight. Let's all gather by the river tonight. Let's all gather by the river tonight. The angel of the South came early one morning as the red sun began to rise.
Very beautiful.
Thank you.
I haven't heard that one.
That's the song that I wrote for my grandfather after he passed.
Okay. Is it recorded?
It is not recorded yet, but it's like got the thing where it's safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, and it's one of the things that I want to work on. I really, my grandfather died because he took his life, and he took his life when he was 79. And sometimes we just don't understand why people do things. And he had flashbacks, and he had nightmares, and he just was not okay. And then we found out he was really sick. So things he knew, not everybody else knew. But I got a message from God. A week before he took his life, and it was get up and go. So I got up, and I woke up he's 24, so it was 20 years ago. I woke up my 4-year-old, and I called his father, and I said, I'm not going to be home when you're home. I've called Mom, and they've given me $100, and I'm going to go see my mom and Papa, and just come out there with me, because we've got enough money, just come out there with me. And he was like, no, I'm just going to stay in town. I was like, that's fine, but I'm still going to go. So I spend a week with my grandparents. And when I got back, the day after I got back, I got a call from my aunt, and she let me know that he was gone. And I just will never, ever forget the fact that I'm so grateful that I listened, that I got up and I gathered my things and my child, and I went and I spent this time with my grandfather, because that was it. That was it. And it was a wonderful time. And when we went back for the funeral, so it was just like coming right back, my 4-year-old at the time, his name's Aubrey, he's 24, he ran in looking for him, because even though that was his great grandfather. So every time I hear, that he walked on water, I always think of him. Always. Because he was so funny. He's the bitter beer man face, right? But he'd be, hey, Emily, watch this. That's how he talked. And he'd walk and walk and walk, and Aubrey walked behind him from the time he started walking. And then he'd stop, and Aubrey would run right into his butt. And he'd go, he thought that was the funniest thing, and he'd do it over again. But he said hello and goodbye. Hello, goodbye, and good night the same way. And he would say, I love you, girl. I love you, girl. And I noticed most recently that my daddy says the same thing. So I'm so honored. Author Faust is his name, but we called him Sonny. So I wrote 2 songs about my papa, but that one, I just love it, and I definitely want the choir in there. And so, yeah, we'll go record that one, right? Yeah.
I'm always down.
Down from them harmonies.
I'm down for those harmonies. I named my daughter Harmony. I love harmonizing. All right. Well, this is also going to be on my upcoming EP. I'm hoping to have it out by June. I think that my birthday would be a really good time to release it. I think that'd be pretty
really good.
awesome. Be a good birthday present, right? So.
Definitely.
I don't want another card that says I'll do better. I just want you to get your shit together. You've been telling me for years that you'll quit drinking, but this new round has really got me thinking. I love you more than you'll ever know, and I hope I'll never have to let you go. And aren't you tired of always seeing me crying? 'Cause I'm fed up with all of your lying. You're breaking my heart with all the gaslighting. I'm just tired of all the fighting. When you're sober, you tell me that I'm your sweet love. When you drink, all I hear is what you're sick of. Can't you see the problem? Do you think it's me, or the guilt about how you treat me when you drink? I miss the way things used to be, and clearer when you adored me. Haven't I given you everything, and all I expect is the best you can be? Is that really too much to ask of you? Any woman wants the same thing too. Aren't you tired of always seeing me crying? 'Cause I'm fed up with all of your lying. You're breaking my heart with all the gaslighting. I'm just tired of all the fighting. When you're sober, you tell me that I'm your sweet love. When you drink, all I hear is what you're sick of. Can't you see the problem? Do you think it's me, or the guilt about how you treat me when you drink? When you drink. Baby, don't go telling those lies to yourself, thinking you'll be better off with someone else. I'd already be gone if my love wasn't true, and I really miss the man that I knew. Aren't you tired of always seeing me crying? 'Cause I'm fed up with all of your lying. You're breaking my heart with all the gaslighting. I'm just tired of all the fighting. When you're sober, you tell me that I'm your sweet love. When you drink, all I hear is what you're sick of. Can't you see the problem? Do you think it's me, or the guilt about how you treat me when you drink? When you drink. When you drink. When you drink. It's the guilt about how you treat me when you drink.
That's a great song.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to apologize now. We're in that side of my songs where they're sad. They're sad.
You've still got happy songs.
I got a couple, but this one's, I really love this song. It's called Ivy on the Wall, and I wrote it after my little brother's best friend passed away. Our families were very close, and it's the very first time I ever watched my little brother, whom I absolutely adore, grieve. Like, truly, just, you know, I'd had friends pass away before then, and he's 4 years younger than me, and we just never, he never experienced it. So watching it for me was, it was like a secondhand thing, and then I lived quite a bit of it years later myself. So this is called Ivy on the Wall. It don't matter how I feel, because I can't turn back time. And I just remember what I need. Let you float around in my mind. And if I hear you in the dark, I might see you in a dream. Take this as message towards the light. Please forget about your scars. Cause I am still a piece of you. I still feel you when it rains. It's just like a warm and crisp blood running through my veins. Picture the day that we met, and hear them lies we still tell. All them secrets well I've still kept. Those kind of things, they aren't for sale. And like ivy on a wall, slowly covers up the cracks. Well, I'll learn not to trip and fall, and you won't have to look back. One, two, three, four. Black and white face, yellow ground. A record is silent when it never goes around. The cover of a book, it might entice you to read. When pages are empty, there is no room for make-believe. And I am still you. You are deep inside of me. And as long as I can breathe, it's someplace you will always be. Ooh. It's just like ivy on the wall. It's just like ivy on the wall. It's just like ivy on the wall. You tear it down, hell, it still crawls. It's just like ivy on the wall. It's just like ivy on the wall. It's just like ivy on the wall. Gonna build it up, watch it fall. Like ivy on, black and white, face yellow and brown. The record's silent when it never goes around. You're just like ivy on the wall. You're just like ivy on the wall. Tear it down, it still crawls. Just ivy on the wall. You're just like ivy on the wall. Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful. Tear
Thank
it down and it still crawls. Yep.
Yeah, that's because everybody grieves different ways and everybody feels pain in a different way, but everybody's pain is relevant. Mm-hmm. When somebody goes, "Oh, well, you went through that, but I went through this," well, that's just, my husband has this thing that he quotes lots of times, lots of times. Comparison is the thief of joy. So you shouldn't compare things. You live your life. And I have to say, I can't believe I just quoted that because I hate to hear it at times. But it is exactly what he's celebrating in this moment. Like it's a touchdown.
She said I was right.
Yeah. Shh. It's
Enjoy
happened
it.
twice today. Anyways.
Hope you enjoyed that.
That was something that I learned. I learned that. I know. I did learn that. My pain is relevant. Your pain is relevant. All of our experiences are relevant. So to say, "Oh, mine's worse than yours," is just a ridiculous thing. And so, I'm able to look in, understand somebody's story, and then write it. And I wrote this mother's story. That wasn't through the eyes of my little brother. I know the mother, and I just remember thinking, oh. And then explaining it, why I wrote the song, and then living a part of that type of grief, even though it's something that I wrote, and then kind of living it in a way and watching my children live it. It's just interesting what music can do for you to heal and bring you to a place where you're like, oh, okay, I get it. I understand it in a way that I never would have.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I think it's fine.
Okay.
We're going to play a song that's got a couple of bad words in it. We all good?
really
Give me thumbs up.
It's not a couple. It's just one word.
Yeah.
But
just
it's not even it's not a curse word.
It's not a curse word, no. I think it's a really great song.
Be a
You need to sing it.
derogatory term,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you can't handle it, don't be one.
It's in the Bible.
It is. It's in the Bible. There you go. Yes, it is. Well, so I have these moments of inspiration where I see something happen. Usually it has to involve me. Somebody will say something to me, or something will come out of my mouth, and it's like, oh, that's a song, and you just start writing. You know, you have to write it right then or you'll forget it. But this one was very clear in my brain. I didn't have to write it right then and there. In fact, I took a year writing this song. But it is to a T what went down on a Friday night. I went home to Dallas for a visit, and I went to go see a friend's band play, and my mother-in-law's then husband was in this band, and I was watching this woman, you know, leaning up on the stage kissing him, when my mother-in-law's like sitting in a seat back here, and I'm so confused about what's going on. Like, I haven't lived here. I don't even know the gossip of my own family, and I'm walking around and people are like, I know, you don't know what to say, you know. So this is how this played out, because this girl, I wasn't going to say anything to this girl, but she decided to speak to me. And if you're going to speak to me, well, then I'm going to speak back, you know. So this is how this went down on a Friday night in Dallas.
I went out on a Friday night, couldn't believe what I saw. You were busy flaunting your shame all over that dance hall. You had your filthy paws all over another woman's man. No regard for her at all, or for his wedding band. Jody, Jody, you're a home-wrecking whore. Couldn't you get a man of your own instead of acting like a whore? One of these days he'll tire of you too, and he'll walk through that front door with another little tart like you on his arm, another home-wrecking whore. Later on, I was talking to a friend in the bathroom at the bar, going on and on about her man, 'cause he don't treat her like a star. You walked in sharing advice that you wanted her to take. For your advice, we will not thank you. No good, sorry asking. Jody, Jody, you're a home-wrecking whore. Couldn't you get a man of your own instead of acting like a whore? One of these days he'll tire of you too, and he'll walk through that front door with another little tart like you on his arm, another home-wrecking whore. No, I know you didn't do it alone, and he played his part too. He's a liar and an adulterer, just like you. He's a creepy ass, lazy drunk, and she paid all his bills. What a pair, you'll make the whore and her creep, chasing cheap thrills. Jody, Jody, you're a home-wrecking whore. Couldn't you get a man of your own instead of acting like a whore? One of these days he'll tire of you too, and he'll walk through that front door with another little tart like you on his arm, another home-wrecking whore. Another home-wrecking whore. Another home-wrecking whore.
It's great.
I may have taken a little shit out on her that was deserved at some home-wrecking whores that had been in my life. I may have. But no kidding. She walked out of that bathroom stall. We were waiting to go pee, you know, and she walks out of that bathroom stall, and she was like, well, my advice. And I said, well, I don't know about that, but my daddy told me if he'll screw you behind her back, he'll screw someone else behind yours. And her friend goes, why do you have to be such a... I said, because she's sleeping with my father-in-law.
Yeah.
So, and my mother-in-law's out there crying, and I love her. So that's my mother-in-law's favorite song I've ever written. She even likes them more than the love songs about her son.
I love that. And you weren't being a bitch. You were just being truthful.
Just blunt. Just telling it like it is, because I don't sugarcoat things, you know? So.
When you take back time and you rewrite lines, you're gonna leave me dry. What are you gonna say when you don't really care if I'm standing there? Who you gonna blame? What are you gonna say? All the things that I could have ever given you. What are you gonna say when you don't really see it was always here? What are you gonna do? Who are you gonna blame? Who's gonna tell me no? Who's gonna save my soul? Who's gonna let you run? I'll let you run. Who's gonna my soul? And who's gonna fill my holes? Who's gonna let you run? Oh, let you run. Won't you stay with me? Stay with me. Stay with me. Oh, baby, won't you just stay with me? Stay with me. Thank you. That's a Red Iris song. Oh, hey, we've been given the time.
We have.
We have been given the time.
We have. What
Do
does
you
that
want to
mean?
you want to
song?
close it out with
Sure.
a spotlight with me?
Sure.
See, yeah, I was like, say, this is another. Okay, I was gonna say that's a Red Iris song, and that's the rock band that I was in, and I wrote music with them, and Zeke came up with a really great. I can't do it, but I love all the licks that Zeke would come up with. But okay, Melissa is singing this song with me in the studio when it comes out. It's called Spotlight. The spotlight holds the weight of the world. The spotlight holds the gazes of the world. Stand up and sing. Stand up and sing. 'Cause here comes the world. Sweet girl, I thought of you today. Sweet girl, I thought of you. Stand up and sing. Stand up and sing. 'Cause here comes the world. through the worry and strife. You carry the light and hide all the fear from the ones that you love. Dance inside the fire when life comes along. Only you write your song. You're strong enough to rise where you fall. You're strong enough to hear us, we will call. Stand up and sing. Stand up and sing, 'cause here comes the word. You're strong enough to rise where you fall. You're strong enough to hear us, we will call. Stand up and sing. Stand up and sing, 'cause here comes the word. Stand up and sing for this girl. Stand up and sing for this girl. Stand up and sing for this girl. Stand and sing for the world. The spotlight holds the weight of the world. The spotlight holds the gazes of the world. Ooh. Stand and sing to the world. All right, and it's been absolutely wonderful. Right on time. We did it right on time. You see that? We started on time and we ended on time.
That was wonderful.
I was.
That was great.
Yes, this has been Indies Unplugged. We had a wonderful time with Melissa Jones-Auld. I'm your host, Emily Perkins. Cheers, y'all. We've got the camera up there, and every time I thought to tell you, I was like, I'm in the middle of something. Did we get anything?